Welcome to Rotten Taste, where we take a look at movies under 50% on Rotten Tomatoes and tell you what we think of them. And today, backed by
hmm
popular request, we are looking at Dream a Little Dream 2. We did the sequel with Meliplayful about 10 months ago. Mel is joining us for the second one. How are you doing today, Mel? Thank you again for
Um,
bringing us down.
I'm
Thank you.
doing pretty good. Yeah, I can't believe
Okay.
we watched this movie, but yeah, okay, let's
Oh, we're
do
doing
it.
this. So, for those that don't know, Dream a Little Dream 2 is a straight to video movie in 1995, has no score on Rotten Tomatoes, but officially a 40% audience score. So, we're taking that as a below 50%. No critics have reviewed this, and we understand why. The first Dream a Little Dream is one of Mel's favorite movies, and I don't want to rehash this too
hmm
much, but that only had a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. So,
Ouch.
I don't think there was
Liars.
no, it is official. It's on there. Whether or not you agree with them is another thing. Um,
Feels
there was
appropriate.
there was no call for a second film. No one said, "Hey, we need a sequel to this." So so I went into the second one, the sequel, with no expectations. I'm like, this is going to be one of the worst things I have ever seen. Thanks, Mel, for bringing us to do this again. So
hmm
yes, I turned it on and
hmm
I watched it, and there is a lot that we are going to unpack. But Mel, I hate to say this, the sequel is better than the fucking original. I'm sorry. I actually
No,
somewhat enjoyed the
no.
stupidity of this. No, don't get me wrong. There's a lot we are going to discuss. But they just, you know what? I like to escape reality. And the first one, they tried to give us all the science BS, blah, blah, blah. This one's just like, fucking magic sunglasses, deal with it, bitch. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Just don't have to over explain things. I know a lot of people hate the sequel, that's all, but I'm sorry. The sequel is better than the original. So I
He's
got that off my
crazy.
chest. Mel's mad at me. So Mel, when
I'm
you
not mad.
I know, I'm just playing. You love all right, in all seriousness, no, you love the first one. We went through it. What was your expectation of the second one, and what did you think when you first saw this? Tell us a little bit about your history with Dream a Little Dream 2 here.
Okay, so I want to talk really fast. First of all, the first one, I loved it, but as an adult, when I watched it, I was like, this is cheesy as shit. But I still
Yes.
liked it because it was a nostalgia for me, and plus I love the two Corys and everything. But this one, I remember like I didn't even know there was a part two, and when we seen it, I was like, hmm. I was like, do I really want to do it? Do I really want to watch it? But it's got like Robin Lively. Is that her
Mm-hmm.
name?
Mm-hmm.
It's got
Yes.
her in it. Everybody knows her from Teen Witch, which is also a nostalgic movie for me. That is probably cheesy, but I love it so much. And I was like, I've got to watch it. And I sat down and I started watching this, and I was like, okay, yeah, but I'm trying not to say anything bad. But I
It's
went
okay.
in thinking this movie is
You
going to
could
be
say
really
something
bad.
bad.
This movie is going to be really because okay, so I do want to say like they find these sunglasses that they're not normal. And actually, I'm going to read this from the Wikipedia. It says, but this is no normal pair of shades. Once two people are wearing the set, one can manipulate the other physicality to do whatever their mind wishes to. Now,
hmm
first of all, I would love for these glasses to be real, but second of all, that is a stupid plot for a movie. But
I
I
agree.
watched it.
Yes, and they actually referenced that, and I did appreciate that they referenced the first film because the old man sent them the sunglasses, and that was the whole
Yes.
point of it. And yes, no, but there's a lot of movies in the early 90s that had ridiculous plot points. And do not get me wrong, that is a ridiculous plot point. But they didn't throw much science or over explaining. They're just like, deal with it. Soto.
Yeah.
And this is the second Robin Lively film we've done.
hmm
Karate Kid Part 3, and I know we're probably enjoying this, but so when you were watching this the other day, after what were your expectations, and give us an overall thought of what you thought of this.
So just like you, I thought it was going to be worse, and I did not know what to expect. Although I have seen Sharks of the Corn, so I guess it can't be that bad. Because that's like the litmus test for me. I'm like, is this better than Sharks of the Corn? And it's like from the first like few minutes, I'm like, okay, cool, it is. It's an actual movie. So I wasn't expecting much, but I have to agree with Chad. It is better than the first one,
What?
and
Come
Yes.
my
on.
my number one reason And I will be very transparent right now. This movie is a humongous Jeff Goldblum pile of shit. Okay, absolutely terrible movie. But I have a huge crush on Robin Lively. I've always liked Robin Lively. I think she's fucking fantastic in this movie. And as dumb as this movie is, the amount it's funny that it went straight to DVD or video or whatever because it looks better than the first one. It looks like there's more money put into the first one
Right.
for Dream a Little Dream 2. And yes, we will talk about all the crap that's in this movie, but I was overall much happier at the end of Dream a Little Dream 2 than Dream a Little Dream. I will say that on the record right now. It was just a better experience.
It did
So-
have more action in it too, and Robin Lively, like I agree with you. I think she's amazing, and I think that she really did make this movie a lot better. Of course, I love Dinger. Corey Haim was my man. You know?
Well, my question about this movie, and the first thing that struck me about the tonality of this movie, because there was violence in the other one, randomly towards the end, but like it starts off, and some guy gets fucking shot. Like
All right.
in the bathroom. No, okay, all right. We'll go back. But
No.
I had to
We're
pause
discussing
it.
this.
I had to pause it to make sure I was still watching
I did
Dream
the same
Children
thing.
2.
I did the same thing.
It was like totally different type of
I was
plot.
like, did I click on the wrong movie? Like, what is this? Like, and then I put on there, like, oh my god, it is Dream a Little Dream 2. This is ridiculous.
So no, this is actually my notes. I did the exact same thing because so they show obviously we know both Corey's return, and I'm like, what's
Yes.
going on? And they show the woman who we later learn is like the old man from the first one, his assistant, and I don't know why she's in this guy's room. Like they don't explain it, and this killer comes in,
No.
and yes, there's a murder, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I
violent-
paused. I'm like, Dream a Little Dream
murder.
2. Oh, I'm watching this. Okay, I am on the right movie. This isn't wrong. Like I too thought that, and I literally paused it, and I'm like, there's something wrong
too.
here.
I literally paused it. I was like, oh, I fucked up. I was like, my ADD mind clicked on the wrong movie. This could never be Dream a Little Dream 2. And it was.
And
And
it's-
it was. What? So wait, was the old man a scientist back? Because all right, a lot of my mind has forgotten about Dream a Little Dream. Full
He
transparency.
was I don't know how to say that. A theorist.
Was he a scientist? How did he make these glasses to begin with?
Scientist. He was a philosopher. But maybe he was a scientist. You know what? I'm going to look it up right fast because
So-
I really need to know.
Speaking
made
about the science, whether
sunglasses.
he's a scientist or that, here's the other thing now this woman, who we later find out is his assistant, she talks about we worked on these sunglasses together. And then I'm like, wait, when did he get assistants? When did they make the glasses? Then she mentioned sex experiments. So then I start thinking, all right,
Yeah.
this old man was married in the first one because the whole point of the first one, they do the Mr. Miyagi breathing techniques to take over a
Yes.
younger body, which is
Oh my
fucked up to
God.
begin with.
That's
You
right.
know, that's all I remember. And then all of a sudden, sunglasses, and I'm like, wait, so did the old man have sex with this assistant? What is going on? They never fully explain it. And why didn't she get the sunglasses? And why did this assassin killer guy, the dumb guy,
Yeah.
they never explain why he's chasing everyone.
Who he's
why he
even
wants to-
working for?
Yes.
And I never even went into this deep of thought in this movie. I have so many questions, and I'm just like, huh?
All right.
That's why I looked it up. The old man was considered just a dream researcher, so that's all they say. So who knows?
Okay. And then so these glasses came about. Okay, and then criminal organizations found out about them.
And everyone
Somehow.
wants these glasses, yes. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back
Okay.
to the Coreys. The reason
Sure.
why a lot of people saw this, and they moved from Cleveland to L.A. and they're now living together. It's 6 years later. Robin Lively's Dinger's sister. Just a quick intro to everyone, and they have jobs now. Corey
Yes.
Feldman, Bobby, is working at a sunglasses place. Selling sunglasses, great. Seems like a good California job.
Even though he looks like a
Haim-
stock market guy, like
Yes.
at the breakfast table. Just
Yes.
FYI.
Yep. Dinger, works at Condomania, a
Oh
place
my
that
God.
sells condoms. Now, I'm not going to bring up any of our sex lives from the past or anything like that, but in any
Sure.
time that any of us had to buy a condom, did we go, hey, let's go to the condom store? Do these things even fucking exist?
I don't
How do
think
you
so.
talk to customers
Where was
about
the
this?
need?
He's talking to a
And
customer.
how many different
Where
condoms are there to have a store?
that you need to
That's
go
what
to
I
the
want to know.
store? You need to go to the store?
I mean, so to what if we were just friends like, hey, let's we gotta just pick up a few things. You're just looking along the wall, like the new release wall. You're just like, oh, that looks like a great. I don't get it. You just buy your shit, get out. Does it work? Yes, that's all we need to know.
Here are the new condoms that came out this week. Like, what the fuck? It looked like a Tower Records.
Though I do believe if I ever pictured someone to work there, Corey Haim would be that person. It just
Yes.
fit. I'm sorry, I know you're a Corey Haim fan, but that character just like, well, this is
Yes.
Dinger. This just is acceptable for some reason. I'm sorry.
Why? I was so blown away by the idea and like just the business model of what a condom store would entail. Like, who asked for this?
I really feel that Soto's been researching and he's already got a layout done, and this is going to be his next adventure.
A condom
He's gonna
store.
open
Oh
a
my
condom
god.
store.
Oh,
Wow.
my-
Just like, how do you even
I
have
can see it.
consultations in that situation?
so
Oh my god.
yeah,
Like
so, all right.
demonstrations?
I
And
have
you
no,
could
no, no, no.
probably-
Let's not think
probably
about
get your
this.
stuff overseas and get it at a cheaper rate, like I do with my jewelry making stuff.
Oh my god. Condom mania. Because people are totes into condoms, man.
You know, I don't.
Just
I've
can't
never
get
lived in
enough of 'em.
California. Maybe in the '90s. This is just the thing. I don't know. So,
Oh my god.
but yes,
I
they.
do.
Go ahead.
So I was going to bring up because we kind of talked about how like Bobby like was really kind of mature even back in the Dream a Little Dream. He was more mature than Dinger, but you
Yes,
really
I will
do
give
see
that.
that in this movie, like the dynamics where Bobby's just trying to grow up and trying to have a life and trying to be the mature adult, and Dinger's still working at the condom store and being Dinger. And it's just two separate. So I did want to kind of bring that up that like you see them actually growing to a point. Like I'm completely surprised that Dinger even has a job, but
Well,
it fits.
the dynamic and a lot of this film reminded me, and I know it was our first podcast, so we talked about men at work, and that's how this movie kind of reminds. It's a
Yeah.
ridiculous situation that
Yeah.
two friends are in. But you just go with it and you
Great
accept
point.
it, and you're just like, what? But yeah, so they
It's a
get this
fantasy
package
that they wrote.
and they get the sunglasses, which they find out are from the old man, Coleman, from the beginning. And they don't know why they got these sunglasses, and they try it on. And yes, that's when we find out that for some reason, when one person wears a pair, their subconscious controls the other person. All of a sudden, Dinger's clinging. He's cleaning. He's paying the rent, and they kind of figured this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
So when they tried it on, and I'm sorry, it just dawned on me. Why
Yeah.
does every Corey Feldman movie have to turn into a Michael Jackson
Oh
moment?
my god, dude. No.
Corey Feldman loved
That's
Michael Jackson. He
Oh,
loved
no
him.
shit, huh?
And I read his biography, and like Michael, like he got to meet Michael when he was a kid, and it was his idol. And he still talks highly about Michael Jackson, and even now he still dresses like Michael Jackson and laughs like Michael and does his thing like Michael Jackson. And so it's yeah, it's a little crazy, but it just kind of became who he was. And sometimes I feel like he was trying to be Michael to get away from his own what was happening in his real life. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So that's me.
Yeah.
That's therapist Mel coming out.
That you just
But
went,
Well,
you
yeah.
just went
my
deep
my
there.
real question for the two guys there, like, so they're in a really nice apartment, but why do they share the same fucking room?
Right? That
Are they?
that
I thought
is
they were in college at first, like when it opened up, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they must be in a dorm room.
Well, California is really expensive, so
Yeah, but
that's
their
the only
kitchen
thing
was huge.
Yeah, that kitchen was pretty good size.
That kitchen is ginormous. Like that, that's a dream kitchen. Why were the rooms so small?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe Robin Lively got the good. I don't know. She got her own room, obviously, and yeah, it's. There is
Well,
no.
she deserved
explanation.
her own room because she basically. I mean, did you guys ever even know? Like, I didn't even know that this girl existed in the first one, and then all of a sudden she's in the second one. And if my memory is correct, she's Dinger's sister, right?
Correct.
Apparently, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so and I'm
yes.
like, when
Learned
did
that at the
Dinger
end.
get a sister? So I really think that they were like, okay, so we need to get Robin Lively in this movie and try to make some money off of it. And I think that she really carried this movie. She's amazing.
Yeah, she did. She definitely did. Although Corey Feldman kept like referring to her feminist ideas in a negative way, which was like so cringe.
But yeah, then all of a sudden, Lively and Feldman are on this, comedy duo trip, from
Oh my
racing
God, I know.
cars and, hiding under the bed during a sex act, which is one of the most movie cliche things ever.
Hmm.
It is. Like,
It sure is.
all right, so Soto, let's talk about what you want to talk about. You want to talk about, bring
Well,
up.
okay. The ending sequence, from what I can remember, it takes place in this hotel
Yep.
area, which a lot of the scenes seem to be recycled with the same exact parts of the hotel. So I had no idea who was on what floor and what was going on. It was like the longest fire escape I'd ever seen in my life. I had no sense of scale as to who was after who. They hid inside of a laundry basket, and in that laundry basket was a light because like they were clearly underlit. And so they're trying to hide, but then they're talking to each other in normal voices and flirting and shit. And I was just so fucking confused. Meanwhile, the hitman just it seems to know where they are. So he's like kiting them the whole way. He's like attached them to a string, knows exactly where they're going. The hitman, who we don't know who he works for, he's just a violent individual who wants these sunglasses. It was dragging, especially that last part where he's just climbing the wall. Like he climbed the outside of that building, and then got in the same window, then goes in a whole chase, and then comes out the same window, and then him and Robin Lively go in the same path, and they end up in the same room.
So that's not actually my biggest issue. They're being chased by the criminal, and the criminal is only what 2 or 3 floors down, and Corey Feldman's
Yes.
taking forever to step over. I'm like,
Mhm.
is this the world's slowest criminal? Because by now, I don't care how
Yeah.
bad your cardio is, you've caught up.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, with any urgency, you've caught up. Yeah.
you could just take a nice little walk, and you're there. And he's obviously the worst
Stop
shot in the
for
world.
some dinner.
Like Corey Feldman had just done that situation. Like, why was he so hesitant to do it again? He had just made it.
And this time being chased by a guy with a
Yes.
gun.
Oh my God. No, this movie's certainly not perfect. I'll say that.
No, but it's still better than the first. And I'm
No,
sorry. Yes,
no, but
Oh,
I
the
do
first one
have to
had some
say
bad moments, man.
the
Oof.
first one had such a good soundtrack. This one, I don't even remember any of the music.
I will give you that. They didn't have money
I
for music
remember the chase music, and I remember laughing at it.
Yeah,
because
I
there's the
think
typical
that I
90s.
base a lot of movies on like the soundtracks too, and so that might
Hmm.
be another reason why I love Dream a Little Dream One so much. Because I love
Yeah.
the music of it. And the second one, I don't remember any of the music. Did you notice how much older that Corey Haim looked from the first one to the second one? Like he looked like he was about 14 in the first one, maybe 15,
Yeah.
and the second one all of a sudden he looks like he's in his 20s. Like I
Yeah.
need to know what happened there. Like it was just
Well,
such a dramatic, but it had only been
Probably
2 years.
drugs.
it was 6 years because the
Probably.
first one came out in '89.
Drugs
This
will
one
do
came
that.
out in '95, and that too.
Oh,
Um,
so it was 6 years. I thought
this
it
was
was
a
only
night.
2 years. So
No, this was
yeah,
1995. Yeah, the first one was '89. So, and that
well, then
was
that makes sense.
that was at the end. I think was the last official Corey's movie. I think only there was one after where one did a cameo. So this was the last Corey's movie.
And
Um,
then they did that little, like, I think it was on YouTube, the
yeah,
Corys. It was
yeah. No, I had up there. They had like 6 films
yeah,
together, but I think this is the last one. They did one more where one starred and one just did a stupid cameo. But anyhow,
yeah.
thank you, Mel, for joining us and talking Dream a Little Dream 2 and bringing this
Hmm.
all back up and all the pain of the first one. But I joke, it was fun. At least I can say now I've seen these films.
Hmm.
If it ever
Yeah.
comes up in conversation
Yeah.
again,
Hmm.
I will know some shit. But thank you.
Hmm.
Greatly appreciate it. And next time we do this, let's do a really good movie, please.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
That'd be nice. You're welcome.
But we have to say, you got a lot of people watching on the first one, the Dream a Little Dream one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
we did. That was
so
one of
there's a
our
lot
that was
of
one of our
fans.
biggest ones.
That was our first
Yeah.
100th view video. That
Yeah.
was, and that was
There's
thanks
a
to
lot of Dream a Little Dream fans out there because of the Corys. So now make sure to tag Robin Lively in this one.
Oh,
Because she's going to bring it in.
she's so great. So great.
yes. But anyhow, thank you. To anyone that
you.
actually saw this film, what'd you think of
We're
it?
sorry.
Let us know. Actually, if you
I'm
saw the first
sorry.
film, let us know what you thought about that one too. I mean, just bring up Dream a Little Dream. What'd you think of the Corys? But until next thing, until next time, I'm just glad this ended.
Yeah.
I found the phone. It doesn't work.
Go climb in your well lit hamster, or not hamster, your hamper.
I didn't understand that part at all. He's just searching like these sofas and he just finds phone. He's like, I found the phone. It doesn't work. I'm like, why was that there? Why was that a line? Oh,
Because we're
dude.
laughing about it.
Oh man. I found the
Oh my
phone. It
god.
doesn't work. Blew my mind.
Oh my god. Thank you all for having me.
They better not make a third one, like ever.